What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Nice, guys. Yeah, I can hear you great.
Cool.
So, I'm not sure what happened if he's having technical difficulties or what, but Ancient Art of Fishing hasn't been responding. Maybe he said he was going to also be fishing tonight. Maybe he
Yeah,
forgot. Maybe I don't
maybe,
know.
maybe he just, yeah, forgot.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he got busy with Mother's Day. Who knows?
Hey,
So
Luciana.
thank you so much to South Wisconsin Family Fishing for
Yeah,
being at bat. So we'll change the title after the live. Apparently, this is not Ancient Art of Fishing. This is
yeah,
Southern Wisconsin Family Fishing. So we'll just carry on the interview with him. And to those of you who want to be interviewed, make sure to email me. I'll get you in the lineup. And if so, things happen in the future where people don't make it on time, I'll just go to the
yeah,
next guy. You know.
yeah. That's what you got to do. You just go to the next person in queue and then reschedule.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
What's
business.
up,
I mean,
Crypto Billy? Northern Fishing Outdoors. Woo! JR Bud says, "What's up,
right.
Fishy? Tricked ya." Yep. All right, man.
Yeah,
How we feeling? How we doing?
I mean, Crypto Billy's got a good point too. Like maybe he just doesn't want to go live. I mean, maybe he chickened out. I mean, I'm not
It
dissing you
could
or
be.
anything, Ethan, but I mean, some people,
Yeah, I
you
mean, he
know,
doesn't go live on his channel, so maybe he was nervous about it. I don't know.
it could
I don't
be.
want to put, "Hey, Drill and Chill, what's up?" We're gonna get you on. I'm thinking June probably. Anyway, what's up, Lashana Success Systems?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
you putting
up?
on some of that Tanner spray? What do you got going on there?
Oh man, look! I was just looking at the camera. I was like,
Oh my god,
Jesus,
yeah.
it's
So
like
get a good base. Get a good base going.
this shirt is awesome. I've had this shirt for like 5 years.
It's a great
Optimus
shirt, man.
Prime says 84, and it's got a rainbow.
All
That's
right,
my
well,
it's a favorite shirt.
welcome to Chumming It Up with Fishy, where I interview a different fish person every week. Today we
Wow.
have South Wisconsin Family Fishing.
Yep.
As you guys know, we've collabed together already, so we're pretty acquainted.
Yep. Yeah, and I literally just got off the river with everybody. We just got home. I took a bath. I mean, she's doing dishes and cooking dinner. I mean, we like literally we were just live, not like an hour and a half ago. You know,
And I literally called him 15 minutes ago and said, "Hey, Ancient Art's not responding. I don't know if he's going to show up. Will you show up if he doesn't?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in."
absolutely.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's get it started.
Cool.
Okay, now obviously I'm going to know a lot of the answers to these questions because we're pretty acquainted already. But
Yeah.
so let's see for the audience and for people that tune in later. Where are you located, and what bodies of water do you fish mostly?
Okay, so I'm based in, of course, Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin. You can
Shocking.
probably tell by my accent.
Or the
And
fact that your channel name is South Wisconsin Family Fishing,
yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
Might
and
include.
we're in Kentucky.
Yep.
But no, I'm in a town called, it's pronounced Baraboo, and it's by Wisconsin Dells. So Wisconsin Dells is a big tourist place. It's about 45 miles north of Madison, which is the state capital. So if you know Madison, it's straight up about 45 miles. And for bodies of water, we are very lucky. We have well, in Baraboo we have the Baraboo River. Even though I've only fished it a handful of times, it's a shallow body of water and it's very rocky, but there is some catfish in there, drum and walleye. It's not a favorite spot. We also have Devil's Lake, it's called. It's a state park. Also, probably my least favorite body of water to fish. I just never
I
had
don't like it
real good
either.
luck there. It's a trout lake though. They stock it,
Yeah,
but we do. I
yeah.
am literally 8 miles away from the Wisconsin River, which I fish a lot, and then we have Lake Mason around here, which is if you guys have gone to my channel before and seen the long videos as of late and the shorts, you notice it went from sturgeon and walleye now to largemouth bass, which I bass fish a lot. So that's Lake Mason. That's a really good spot, and then a big bass in there. And then I haven't been there yet this year, but another place is by Reedsburg, which is about 17 miles to my, I think it's west. And we have White Mountain Park, County Park, which is a really good lake to fish. Lots of panfish, lots of bass. We have Lake Redstone. We have Dutch Hollow, and those surrounding lakes, and all of them produce really big fish and really good panfish. And then we got Portage, which also Wisconsin River, but there's also Swan Lake out there, which I have not fished yet. And then if you go a little bit north, we have Buffalo Lake, which is by Packwaukee, and I used to fish there a lot when I was a kid, and man, I caught some big crappies out of there. Big
Wait,
crappies.
wait, how big?
Oh
Like
God, like
that
eight,
looks like
probably,
18,
yeah,
yeah,
like 17,
18-inch
18.
crop.
I'm not kidding you. I was 14
That's
years old.
insane.
I was
That's
14 years
crazy.
old. I was out there. I remember because my mom's like, okay, you can take the boat. It had a little engine on it and stuff. She's like, you know how to operate it? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, because my dad was a sports fisherman. I mean, the guy fished all. That's where I learned how to fish was my father. And so I went out there in a boat and I put a silver spoon with an Uncle Josh frog, which is what my father used to use for bass. And I was out there, I heard splashing, so I threw it over there and I nailed it. I'm like, oh my God, I caught a bass. You know, I'm 14 years old. I probably caught 5 bass in my lifetime at that point. And I'm like, I got a bass. And then when I saw it, the mouth was like humongous. And I'm like, this is a crappie. I'm like, and I pulled it out of the water and it's so big that I started the engine. It was one of those crank ones, you know, and it starts up
Yeah.
and then I twist it, you know, and I went back to the bar and I walked into the little bar in the campground, you know, where my parents were. And I had it behind my back, and I walked in, and I was just like, "Hey, mom," and she's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Look at this," and I pulled it out, and these are old fishermen, like in their 80, 60 to 80 years old, and they were just like, "Holy beep!" And I asked if I could mount it, but she said no. But I did. I did eat it. But yeah,
Okay.
honestly, it
You know
was
how to mount fish then?
16 to 18 inches. It was the biggest crappie I've ever caught. Uh,
Are you
what's
gonna
that?
mount it yourself? Do you
No,
know how
I
to
mean, I
you
was
don't do
14.
any taxidermy?
No, I was 14. Oh,
Okay.
you mean now? No, I
Sure.
don't. But to be honest with you, I would if I had I'm an artist,
I
so
can
I
teach you.
mean,
I can
I
teach
went
you.
to school for art, so I mean, I went to college level art, so I mean, that's how I
Right.
know Photoshop and why, my thumbnails. I do all my stuff in house, so I mean, if I had the materials and just watch some tutorials, I would take up taxidermy and do airbrush and paint them, and I'd have a wall full of some really nice fish,
Yeah.
well, trophy fish,
Right.
him is thunderstruck.
Well, I mean, you start out practicing on some not trophy fish in case you mess up,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I remember as a kid, to leave off on your questions. I remember as a kid, my father. I was 6 years old, and he gave me a fishing pole, and we had one of those plastic tubs that you swim in as kids, and he put just that yellow weight on,
oh, yeah,
and
yeah, the little plug, yeah.
yeah. And he told me, he goes, he put me outside. It was the summer, and he goes, I don't want you to come inside until you honestly can cast. And he made a distance, which was intermediate. And he
Thank
goes,
you,
I want you
Lashana.
to cast 5 times. When you can land that 5 times into the pool, you can come inside. And I was outside for 3 hours, and I did it, and I walked in. I'm like, Dad, I did it. And then he took me fishing for the first time, and it was
That's
blue.
awesome.
Yeah.
My
It was.
grandpa did a similar thing with, fly fishing. He taught me how to fly fish, and then,
Yep.
it wasn't like, "Do this and I'll do that." It was just like, "Hey," he walked around the yard, put out some targets, like, showed me the basics, and he's like, "Practice hitting those targets,"
Yeah.
I learned how to fly fish, and I've never been fly fishing. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What did the Warriors say?
Oh, I don't know. What did the Warriors say?
Just being
I wouldn't worry about it. One of our mods took care of it, so I'm sure it
yeah.
was ridiculous.
But yeah, it was fun, and that put me on my journey to fish. And I remember, I my parents were divorced. I was 3 when they divorced, but fortunately, they lived 10 miles apart. One in Baraboo, one in Wisconsin Dells. So I was every other weekend and 2 months out of the summer, I was with my father. So I knew my father. I had a relationship. So I grew up in a two-party home.
Mm,
So I knew the Dells and I knew Baraboo, kids and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean that was I'd always be excited because I'd always be like, "Are we going fishing, Dad? Are we going fishing?"
yeah,
And we did
yeah.
a lot when we were younger until about 14. Then it was like he would con us to get, he's like, "Yeah, we got a great weekend. We're gonna go fishing up at White Mountain Park." And I'm like, "Really?" Because same thing as you said, my grandfather and my father taught me how to fly rod fish when I was 9. And
Okay.
at one point, you had a boat, and you had grandpa, my father, me, and my younger brother, who was 22 months younger than me. Bless his soul. He passed away 2 years ago. And all you saw was whips, because we were like bluegill fishing
That many
fly rod.
people fly fishing
Yeah,
in a boat?
4 people in a boat. Oh, yeah, our precision was spot on. And we
Wow.
also had a secret popper, my grandfather
Oh, sure.
taught me. And I know I have a fly tying kit, it's packed away, but I know how to tie too. And he taught me this fly, and it just kills, like, it just kills bluegill. You put it on there and you whip it out there, and you're just
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Bluegill love
pop,
poppers.
pop,
One of
pop,
those
pop.
really tiny poppers with the little feather out the back. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Alright.
but yeah, that's to answer that first question.
So, I'm gonna just tell a little bit about what's in your bio here.
Okay.
Um, you've got, 813 subscribers, 188 videos, and
Yep.
383,894 views. And I feel like for the most part, it says you joined in September 11th, 2024. But I feel
Yeah.
like you haven't really gone hard at it until the last like 3, 4 months. Am I
Yeah.
correct in my assumption there?
So what happened was I created the channel, and I had September and October, and November it just got cold, and I don't ice fish, so it was pretty much shelved. And I worked on another channel I had. I honestly I have 10 channels. I have 10 YouTube channels, but I they're all in stasis. I don't
Yeah,
have they're all for separate things that I like, like one's creating inspirational messages, shorts, like with the oceans, and it says, like, "You are beautiful," blah blah blah. Another
yeah.
one is AI storytelling, where I create stories and use AI, and it creates a story, characters, and I develop it. Another, the fishing channel. One was a news channel, uh, and then the other ones I just got on, like, they're shelved. So if I ever need them, I can activate them. Like how you did the Fishy Things Club or whatever that's called. It's a new channel you just started. It's like,
Oh, Emmy did that, the Fishy Things Squad. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Emmy
yeah.
made.
So I could create something like that if I wanted, but I keep those for just hobbies if something happened.
Yeah,
But the news channel I worked on over the winter, and I did amass 1,500 subs, and I did accumulate like 8,000 hours, and I tried to monetize it, and I got stuck on that step 2 error, and I never figured it out. So I got so upset I deleted the channel completely. Like, I mean, I even the email,
yeah.
I erased it just because of peace of mind. I'm like, I don't. So this channel, I did the 500 and I reached the 3,000. I was excited. And I'm like, well, this one's got to monetize. I mean, I can understand maybe the other channel wouldn't, because there was some kind of controversial words and thumbnails, I did. And
Sure.
I thought, well, maybe they just don't like the way it looks and they wouldn't monetize it. Because just because you get the 5,000, let's say you get the 1,000 and 4,000,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily have to monetize you.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's their company. They can do whatever the
It's their
heck they want.
company. If they
Yeah,
don't like what you're producing, they won't
yeah.
monetize you if there's no value to it. So
Right.
this channel does have value because it's original content, it's
Yep.
original thumbnails, it's family friendly. There's a couple swear words once in a while, but I try to edit them out. There may be one or two shit words, but that's not. I mean, big deal. It's the f bombs and the stuff they don't want us hear. Um,
Right.
so this channel that I have is very clean. So when I monetized, I was sketchy. I'm like, please don't do what happened. And what happened? Error
Yeah.
step two. And then I did research and I found out there's fix in AdSense and there's change association. And what you got to do is you got to delete the AdSense account and the payment profile so it's blank, and then create a brand new profile. Just basic profile name, different address. You can use a whatever address. You can change it
Right.
after it's verified. A different phone number. And then if you're lucky, what'll happen is it'll propagate and they'll associate it with it and it'll say done. Then you go to step three, and that's when they review your channel. Um,
I think the trolls are a good sign. We must be doing something good here. We're getting a lot of trolls.
yeah, so I mean, I'm getting there, and I've been keeping notes because my fishing community and my friend and other communities I belong to that I chat with. If this ever happens, I'm telling you, this is a level 100 pain in the butt, and if you're not a tech person, you're never going to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
So
scared. I mean,
I'm
luckily
keeping.
I've got Emmy for that,
Yeah,
but
I'm keeping these notes because if people are like, "Hey, South Wisconsin fishing, how did you go around it?" I can be like, "I'll email you the notes of the docs so you can, or the link of the YouTube site." I might even create a YouTube video just on that subject, like step by step, because there's a few videos out there, but uh, they're kind of confusing. I want to do a very clear. I was in the tech field for 30 years, and one thing I was really good at is technical document writing. So I can write documents really good, like how to do steps and pictures and all that stuff. I mean, I used to get paid to do that once. So wow, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of trolls on
yeah,
this.
we're getting trolled hard. We must be doing something real good here.
He lives
That's the
in the
most trolls I've
wells.
ever seen in any of my lives. I that last one was kind of funny actually. I was reading his message, trying not to laugh too hard. He was talking about
Yeah,
demons in the walls or something. I don't know. That was
he
awesome.
must be on some kind of smelling salts or something, and he's on live or whatever.
I don't
But
live in the walls.
anyways, next question,
All
please.
right, all right. What do we got here? So we did where you located, the bodies of water you fish. What was the first fish you ever caught? Do you remember?
Oh my God. I would probably have to say it was a bluegill,
Yeah.
a
You're
basic
saying.
bluegill. Yeah.
Do you actually remember, or are you just kind of guessing?
I don't remember. And which is funny because I actually have a very, very keen memory.
Yeah.
Um, and as I'm going back in my data, because I'm 55 years old. Um,
You look great.
well, I dye, I dye my hair. Otherwise, this is white now, and this is, well, you can see it's growing in. It's gray. But I have good skin, is what it is. So I mean, although it's a little sunburned, I don't have wrinkles. Um, yeah, it has to be a bluegill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
because
Diamond is not a troll. Diamond's my friend. In fact, just to make sure, here we go.
yeah.
There you go, Diamond.
Give me 10 seconds. I have to switch out an SD card.
Go for it. I'm gonna
Quick. All
light up the smoke here. How's the chat doing? How's everyone in the chat doing today?
right, I'm back.
That wasn't 10 seconds. I don't
Yeah.
even I didn't even have time to find my lighter.
Oh no. Yeah.
All right.
Dusty's Miss Swift, Dusty, my wife. Um, I'm copying over all the video files from today to get everything, organized, like the head cams, the audio, the iPad, the iPhones, to get them all synced. Because after we're done with this, I mean, I got about 7 hours of video editing. So that's what I put in. It used to be like 16 hours when I started, and I got it down to 8. So, and I'm actually changing my format of my videos because before it was what was it? It was coming up in this episode, and it was black and white, and then it went into, hey guys, with the fish behind me, and then it went into
I thought it was a
my
really good
my
format. Why are
logo.
you changing it?
What's that?
I thought it was a really good format. Why are you changing it?
Because the retention rate, I noticed when I was doing my analytics, drop right away before they stay. So what I went back to who I learned, like by watching his videos, and I noticed what he does is he's got a action shot right away, like catching a fish. Like you start the video and it's me like, oh, I got
Who's
one.
he?
They
Who are you
start.
talking about? You said he. Who are you talking
Uh,
about?
it's a channel called Mindseed TV.
Uh,
He's got
Okay.
3.8 million views, or so he's got 3.8 subs. And I sat down with a pad of paper in the wintertime and I really broke down his videos on what he
Okay.
does, like how chapters, each clip and what he's doing. So I
Right.
mimicked his video style, but for fishing. But I did my own flair. I'm a drone pilot, so I use drone footage, and I got, so. But I realized the retention drops right away. It's like people go and then they see they just don't like it. So
Mhm.
when I went back the other day and I watched his video,
I
he's
love
got
your
an
video.
he did a UFO video. Like he's like, I'm on bed rest, he's narrating in the background. He's like, I've been on bed rest and I didn't know what's been going on lately with the UFO sightings and all that. And he's showing these UFO clips and stuff. And then after the clip's done, then he talks real quick and he's like, hey guys, I got a lot of footage to show you, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it goes into Boing Seed TV. And then he goes into his full video. So he's perfected how he keeps the retention a hook. So that's I'm just studying. I market
No,
it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
This is good information. Like you're really diving deep into it, and hopefully, just by osmosis, me hanging out with you, I'm gonna pick up some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
For
I
sure.
believe in
You are
sharing.
fast rising, man. Like
I believe in sharing the wealth of knowledge, man. I just want everybody to be successful. I mean, I'm not out to hey, you're my friends. Well, now I'm a million views, so bye. I'm friends with Mr. Beast now, so see you guys later. You guys are,
right.
I'm the kind of guy that I'm like, hey, I'm friends with Mr. Beast now. You're coming with me, drill and chill. My people, Skipjack, Cindy, Luciana, the ones that I'm close with. I mean, you're my posse. It's like, no, you guys are coming with
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
That's how I
I
am.
just think we
I
grow
mean,
together.
that's
Like
how.
I want our whole community to rise together. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
as long as we all support each other, then I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like there's limited amount of views out there. You know what I mean? Like, everyone can get views. And
I did.
yeah. Hey,
I,
there's Travis. What's up, Travis? Woo!
I did say that, Crypto Billy. I'm actually really into UFO and all that stuff, like the paranormal and the spiritual psychic stuff. I'm actually really into that stuff. I find that very fascinating. I mean, I look outside every night when I go to bed just to see if there's like a starship up in the sky, because I'll be the one that'll be outside going, "Hey, hey, come here, let me talk to you." You know, I
Take
watch
me
too
with
much
you.
Star
I want
Trek.
to learn.
Yeah, I'm a sci-fi guy. I
Woo!
mean, if there was like a gray alien sitting at my door, am I going to be scared? Yeah, but I'm going to try to talk to you.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like, I am Shannon. How? You know, you
That's
know,
all we got time for. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. See you later. Let me get
What
the
was I gonna say?
tinfoil
Oh,
hat.
so
Let me get the
back to
tinfoil hat.
the original question now
Yeah,
was, what was your first fish you ever caught? And you guessed it was a bluegill. But
yeah.
what was, like, your farthest back memory of, like, the most memorable fish that you caught? How far back can your memory go of, like, "Man, that was the moment. That was the moment I was like, fishing is where it's at." What's up, Cindy? Both Cindy Blignot and Skipjack Cindy.
I would have to say probably 7, 8 years old, being on the boat with my father and my grandfather.
Yeah.
No, no, I know what it is. I remember. No, okay. I was 8 years
What's up,
old.
big country catfishing?
I was 8 years old, and we pulled over, and he stopped at a creek, and I was like, What is this?" And he's like, "All right, you got your poles?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Let me put a little this minnow on it." He goes, "Just cast it out with the bobber, and catch fish." And I was catching chubs, and they
Oh,
were
sure.
like 8 to 12
Yeah.
inch chubs. And I
Yep.
remember the eyes were sunk back. That's why they call them chubs. And my dad was
Mhm.
explaining to me why it's called a chub. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever because I caught like 12 of them. like
Yeah.
back to back. And my brother did too. My younger brother Patrick, and yeah, that was. I think right then and there is when I was actually hooked. Like I like doing this. I like fishing and I fished all my life on and off. I've taken breaks, but the last 6 months I really kind of I'm making this into a YouTube channel now. Like this last year and the year before I started fishing when my brother died. My brother Patrick died a couple years ago from a heart attack. I'm the
Sorry.
one who found him, and
Oh,
it was bad. I mean, he'd been dead for 3 weeks, so it was walking dead crap. And I'll never forget that. I've seen bodies before, military and all that stuff, but when it's your own relations, it's very different experience.
can. Yeah.
And when that happened, that really broke something inside me. I was so hurt by that because it was just me and him, and I'm an only child now. And I went fishing every single day for a whole year, except for winter. I played video games and I gained 20 pounds and I gained 20 pounds. Like if you see my video, I got a big old pot belly. I used to actually be extremely fit once, but
Yeah. Well,
it,
we were soldiers. That happens. Yeah.
oh no, I mean I ate healthy, I work out. I mean I've always been healthy, but not now. But I went fishing because it's the only thing that would keep my mind occupied, and plus it's
Yeah.
something me and my brother did. And I it's sad because he's not here now, and I really wish he would be because I would want to show him what I've done with this channel and show
Yeah.
him and say, I want you to be a guest with me. I want you to go fishing with me. I want you to be on film so I can have you immortalized. So if
Right.
something happened, I
I'm
can look
sure he's
back.
watching. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's. I'm
Oh,
sure he
I
is.
when I go to White Mountain Park where me and my father, my grandfather, and him
What's up,
fished,
Flames?
I sat down one day on a bench with Miss Swift and I broke down crying. And she's like, "What's wrong? Are you sad?" And I said, "No, I'm happy." And she's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I can feel my father and I can feel my brother here." And that's why I go out to that place. And I'm going to take you there sometime. It is a
All right,
beautiful
we'll do it.
place. In the
We'll
little
do it.
boat, all you got to do, it's not that big of a lake. I mean, and it's a no wake lake. So the boat that you have will work in that place. You
Mhm.
can't have the big engines. You can have a small engine. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, you'd look at me. I guarantee you, you will say, "Thank you for showing me this place. This
Oh,
is a
absolutely.
really cool place to come and camp." You can camp there, and it's not a big campground. This is like locals campground in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's like it's really cool. I'm telling you, I can't
Sounds
wait to
awesome.
show you.
We're done, man. Book it. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's in Loganville, Wisconsin.
All right.
Yeah, and
I'll
that's all my
I'll figure
relatives are
it.
out
Just
there.
just send me a text. We'll get her done. I'll figure out a date. We'll get it done, man. That
Hmm.
sounds awesome. All right. So for this next question, I'm gonna ask you the question, and then I'm gonna run away while you answer it
Yeah.
because I need a lighter.
Hey,
Uh,
crypto. Let me come back to that question. I'll reply to that actually.
you know what? Go ahead.
Something.
Go ahead and answer
All right.
the chat questions. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Go
So
for it.
here's an interesting thing, crypto. I said I like aliens and all that stuff. I actually studied spiritualism for 10 years, and I'm actually a certified medium. I don't know if you know what that is, but yeah, I used to belong to a church. I used to stand on podium and give readings for 10 years, and pretty accurate. It was pretty scary. It's just something I was born with, but I don't practice anymore. I focus on my family and stuff like that. But that's funny you said that about being spiritually awakened because yeah, I have been spiritually awakened since August 11th of 1990. What was it? 96, I think, is when I what they call a DNA activation. And there was a solar eclipse that day. It was my birthday. It was weird. I just felt like something changed in me. Um, I've not been awake since I was 4. Yeah, I mean, you're born with it. I mean, some people just have that gift to see, past the glasses of the veil. So to just to answer your question, but yeah, I'm pretty deep. There's a lot of dimensional levels to me, not just your basic fisherman.
I you
Okay.
know, you I think fishermen are deep. I think they really are. I think fishing and hunting really puts you in touch with nature in a way that a lot of other people aren't because you really have to kind of be one with the environment. You're really trying to think like a fish or a deer or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it puts you in a whole different mindset. You
Hey,
know what I
Crypto,
mean?
did you just say your birthday's August 11th, 1971? Confirm that.
What's your last four of your social security number, crypto?
No, I mean it's a trip. Actually, that he said that. That is a freaking trip. Are you serious? Confirm that. Is August 11th, 1971 your birthday, Crypto Bill? Yes or
Are
no?
you guys twinsies?
All right, check this out. My birthday is August 11th, 1970. We are exactly 1 year apart. Same birthday.
How about that?
Exact same birthday. No, I'm not kidding you. That just
I,
gave me goosebumps. That's a trip. Crypto, you subscribe to my channel. Send me a message, man. That's cool. Wow, that is a trip, dude.
Dude, crypto's one of my favorites. He's one of my regulars.
Dude, we have the
We're
same
trying to get him to
birthday.
change his name to Bunny Things.
Funny things, yeah. Wow, that is a trip. I've only met one other. No, I've never met anybody like in person that's had the same birthday. But here's a trivia for you, Crypto. The actor that plays Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars, Ian McDiarmid, I think his name is, or McDermott, is also born on August 11th. I don't know the year, but he's also a Leo. So that's cool,
So
man.
you guys
Anyways,
are
sorry.
all
I don't
evil
want to get
emperors?
off subject.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, we don't have a time limit here. I try to make it at least an hour, but if it goes 2 or 3, like if we're having a good time,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't care.
Well, I got
We
dinner
can talk
coming.
about whatever.
When
We'll get
dinner's
back to my
ready,
fixed
when dinner's
questions.
ready, when
Right.
dinner's ready, I gotta go.
No, we'll mukbang. You ever see me mukbang on stores? I got a Twinkie here. I'll eat with you. We'll just eat on camera. It'll be fine. All
Unlimited power. That's cool, man.
right. All right. Anyway, so yeah, what is the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Now, are you talking freshwater or saltwater?
Give us both.
Put a wrench in it. All right, biggest freshwater fish. What is my? Oh, biggest freshwater fish I caught was last year. Excuse me. It was a 37-inch, 15.5 pound northern pike.
Yep.
And I was blown away by that one. That was a trip. That's the biggest freshwater fish. The biggest saltwater fish, but it's not really technically a fish, it's an animal, was a 150-pound black tipped shark. And I caught that on
That's
the day
not a
of,
fish. What are you talking about?
yeah, I caught that the day of Hurricane Francis in 2005. I was on a jetty and I put what's called a finger mullet. It's a vegetarian fish. It's about that big. And I cast it out there, kind of like how you do catfishing, and left the pole. And the thing started going like that. It was a thick pole. It was like that big around. I knew it was made for big fish. And I couldn't believe something took it. And when I hooked on it, I mean, I almost went in the water. I mean, I had to prop my feet on the rocks, and I was like, oh my God, the pole was bent. And it took me an hour and 15 minutes. And there was these two like bodybuilder guys fishing next to me, and they're just watching me like they're like,
Very happy, Jabo. Very happy.
and I'm just like, they're like, I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, my arms are jelly. I go, could you take over? And they're like, yeah, give me the pole. So we went back and forth, all three of us, and we kept it, and we harvested it. It's called a vessel, and it was harvested in thirds. And I remember I took that my big chunk like this and like that big around in a black garbage bag home and filleted it up and put it in the freezer. I mean, we ate shark for like 3 months. It was delicious. What's up, baby? You want to say hi? Special guest
All right,
star.
Get Pog out of here. What the heck?
Special guest star.
Hey, we're gonna do an interview with you. I think in June. We're gonna get you on the panel. This is Miss Swift right here.
Mrs. Mrs. Swift, the quicker
I,
picker
I
upper.
probably I should have done her tonight for Mother's Day, huh? Oh well.
Yeah, she's wow, man, you do got a lot of trolls.
They are trolling hard tonight. That's good though. That's a
Are
good
they?
sign. That means my
That is
channel's
good.
growing.
Dude.
What does shark taste like? Oh,
Pog
we're
whiskey.
we're gonna do the
It's like a thick
Emkins is
tuna.
probably gonna keep track of your guys' questions in the chat. Hopefully, maybe I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
we'll we'll take chat questions
it's like a
later.
steak, but it's tuna, kind
Okay.
of. Yeah, like it's if you took tuna, you would make a and combine it with a steak, so it's like a thick meat, but it's very good. I mean, it you just have to fry it up with butter, even, and it's delicious. I mean,
Right. Sounds good to
that's
me.
fun.
I'll eat it.
And
I'll eat some.
yeah, and it's like a cow. I mean, the younger the shark, the more tender it is. It's like veal, the smaller the sharks. But
I love swordfish too, big country. That's my favorite non-freshwater fish for sure.
I'm not even seeing what these people are writing that they're getting blocked. It's got to be pretty bad. I always like looking
It's
at the
wild.
messages and laughing at them, like,
Well,
what did
it's
that
lots of
say?
gay jokes and then some other stuff. I don't know. That's why
Well,
I
the
said
ones,
earlier, it's like, yes, we're very happy because someone asked if we're gay. Like, whatever.
yeah, we're happy.
Yeah, very happy. We're having a gay old time here.
We're happy.
We're very happy. Very
Happy.
happy, happy, happy.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
the message got deleted completely. Must have been pretty bad.
What are your favorite species of fish to catch?
I would have
Thank
to
you,
say,
country.
uh, I would have to say, smallmouth bass is and I cannot wait for smallmouth bass season. That
I just
and
caught one. I
yeah,
made a little short.
July is when they go nuts in the river. I mean, you use a Ned rig with a green crawfish, and you just pop, and then drag it, and they just nail it like candy. But yeah, I mean, there's some big ones in the river too. There's a guy last year, he caught a 23-inch smallmouth out of there. And he just looked at it and then threw it back. And I walked over. I'm like, you didn't even take a picture. He's like, I catch these all the time. I'm
Oh
like,
wow. Where's this at again?
that beach we went fishing at, he caught it right off
What,
there.
on the Wisconsin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I couldn't believe he just threw it away. I was like, he just looked at it and he was like, plunk, right back in the water. And I'm like, wow. I go, how big was that? And he's like, 23. And I'm like, and you threw it back. You didn't even take a picture. And he's like, I catch these all the time. I'm like, oh, well,
It's a very
okay.
good problem to have.
Good for
Absolutely.
you.
All
Good
right.
for you. Good for you,
Well,
kind sir.
for sure.
Excuse me, sir.
Would you like another smallmouth bass, sir?
Mhm. I like smallmouth, and then I like walleye. It'd probably be smallmouth, and then walleye. I mean, I like all fish, but I
Is
mean,
it because you like to eat them, or you enjoy the challenge of catching them, or what's your
yeah,
reasoning behind that?
I do. I mean, I like smallmouth because of the fight. I like fish that fight. Actually, I have to say sturgeon. Now that
Yeah.
I really think about it, I really like catching sturgeon.
Yeah.
They're a fun fish. They fight hard. The bigger they are,
Mhm.
especially when you get
Oh,
a
yeah.
whopper on it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, I lost one last spring. I fought him for, I don't know, what was it, like 25 minutes last year in April. That big sturgeon I hooked on where it was just dragging line out. And it was like a 20-minute fight, and it got close to the shore, and the ripple was like Jaws. That thing was humongous. It had to have been, honestly, if I estimate by the way it was pulling and the ripple I saw it had to have been close to probably a 60-inch sturgeon. I mean, one of the big ones.
Yeah. That's
That
100+ pounds right there.
Oh yeah, it was
For sure.
humongous. I mean, my
Yep.
pole was bent, and I mean, it was. I had the drag, and it was braided, and it was just pulling line. I'm like, and then it'd stop, and I'd get some, get 10 feet, and it'd take off again, and I'm like, this thing's going to take all my line. And then all of a sudden he was close to shore and I saw the ripple in the water and I went, oh my God. And all of a sudden, snap. And I just calmly looked at my wife and I said, let's go home. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
right, right.
I'm done.
That's when you gotta go gear up and come back,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's level up time. That's level up time right there.
Yeah. And I like Northern. I mean, Northern are fun too. I don't get those a lot, but when I do, it's always it's like a, you got a bag of jelly beans and that one that you really like, and they only put 3 in the bag. And then you find you're like, you know,
Did you see Chaos Goats live, uh, on Saturday? They caught, like, well over 30, maybe 40 northern.
yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty impressive over in
30,
Minnesota.
40. Oh my God.
30, 40 northern count. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, they weren't monster northern, but, I mean, it was northern. Um,
Yeah.
so,
April
okay,
is a
you
good
named,
month.
like, way too many fish. Like, what's your favorite one to
Favorite
catch? You
sturgeon.
narrow it down to 1.
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon?
It
Okay.
has to be sturgeon. Yeah.
Alright, and
Because I'm it just seems like I'm an expert at it. I mean, I catch so many of them, and it's like I caught 50 once in 1 month, and I was like, oh my God, you know. And I remember the year before, neither one of us had ever caught a sturgeon, and Miss Swift was the one that caught one. It was like only like that big,
and it's
and the
still
scales
exciting.
are like
Yeah,
razors, and I,
yeah.
I was just like, I looked at it, and I'm like, what? I go, oh my God, congratulations, you caught a sturgeon, and then I caught one, and it was like 48 inches, and I didn't tell her. And I actually caught it. And I had
Yeah,
this guy, he's like, you want me to take a picture with your phone? And I said, screw that, here. And I hit video. I said, record this.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's on my
That's
site, actually. It's one of the
my
first
my
videos.
channel actually started with sturgeon. My very first video was like, I think it was a 56-inch sturgeon, but
Uh,
was the very first, video I posted to YouTube, and that was last fall. Alright, so, what do you use to catch sturgeon then? What's your setup?
sturgeon are weird. I mean, they'll eat minnows, but I've had the best luck with, they're called nitro earthworms. They're green.
Mhm, yep.
And I split them in half and I thread them through the hook. And then I have a 1 ounce sinker, and the sinker is, it's braid to sinker, then a swivel, and then a 60-pound green leader, and then the hook, and I tie the hook all polymer, and either that or it's a double pincer, it's called, knot, which is like the strongest knot you can
Speaking
tie.
of sturgeon, there's hurting for sturgeon himself. What's up, cowboy?
But yeah, that guy right there, I've seen his videos, man.
Well,
That
he
guy,
catches the white sturgeon, which
yeah,
we don't even have
we
here,
don't
and they're
have
like
white
2
sturgeon
foot.
here, man. I'm telling you
One of these
what,
days,
holy
I'm gonna travel out west, and hurting for sturgeon's taking me fishing, whether he wants to or not. It's happening someday, somehow, some way. We're doing it.
yeah. I mean, I'd love to. It's impressive. I watched a couple of his videos, and I just sat back and I was like, Jesus. I'm like,
Yeah,
these lake sturgeon are kindergartners compared to these things.
right.
It's crazy. I seen
He
I
says,
seen a guy
"Do
catch a
it." I'm doing it, man. I'm
like
doing
a
it. I'm coming out
600-pound
west.
white sturgeon. They had like 5 people in the water to hang on to it just to
Yeah,
show it. It's like,
yeah.
that's a monster. That truly is a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
They're all
dinosaur.
dinosaurs, and yeah,
And I know what you're
100%.
gonna say next. What's my least favorite fish?
No, no, nope. We're not going there. We don't do negativity here.
Oh yeah,
We're too happy and gay, you know?
we're just happy and gay.
We're
We're
just so
happy and
happy.
gay. Oh my God, those Casper goose,
Okay, guy.
rainbow.
Anyway,
Yeah,
moving right along.
yeah,
Do you have any fishing superstitions?
yeah, I do actually.
Lay it
Um,
on.
so if I'm not catching fish, and you probably heard me say this a couple times, I always say, wish, I wish for a fish so I don't have to eat black licorice.
Yeah.
And for some
I thought
reason,
you said it so much, I thought you were autistic, but
yeah, so Tourette's.
yeah.
Um, But no, I say that a lot. It's weird. It just came to me one day and I just said it, and it's weird because when I say that, um, I catch fish for some reason. It's weird. It'll happen, like within 20 minutes. And I'll be like, I'll laugh because one time I was on a live feed and Miss Swift was at home and she was watching, and I said out loud, wish, I wish for a fish. And she was typing it at the same time, and all of a sudden, kapow, after like an hour and a half of nothing. And she's like, I just said that before you caught the fish. And I'm like, but yeah, that's probably the only superstition I have about that. It's about that. Other than that, I know it's just a game of luck and chance too, and some skill. You know, like some days she'll catch like 100 fish and I won't catch anything. And
Yeah.
then there's days, I'll catch a whole bunch of fish and she won't catch anything. She's, well, you've been doing it a lot longer than me. And it's like, well, yeah, but you have the same setup and I taught you the same technique. So there's no reason why. It's like the Matrix, I'm giving her the needle in the head, and then all of a sudden she goes, and then she goes,
Let's
I
go
know
again.
kung
Let's
fu.
go again. One
I
more.
know. Uh, uh, Darber baby.
What's up, Joey Fish Keeping?
Just smack it. And then it's like I know kung fu, so it's like a
Right. Well, yeah. Fish food. Fish food.
give her the
I know fish food.
joy of fish keeping. What that message say? They share one brain cell. Okay, cool. I do. I fish like brown number A.
Fish good.
Fish good.
You fish too.
I
You
like
like you like
fish.
it. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's
Fish. 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 Yeah. What do I want to eat? I'm sorry, my wife is taking my food order. So I would like scrambled eggs with American. I'd like scrambled eggs with American cheese with a well done steak. No, I want scrambled eggs with cheese, American. A piece of that ham,
yeah, give me a piece of that.
a couple of those hash browns. Are you cooking up that hash? If you did, I'll have some of that hash too. And then to top it off, I'll have one of those sweet rolls on the side and a tall glass of milk.
Right? He's getting it over there. The lucky guy. Jeez.
Yeah,
All right.
she's a good wife.
Mine's better.
No, just a glass. You know what I thought. What, DJ? Okay. I got you. He was problem child earlier. He's better
Well,
now. Yeah,
I
I
don't know
don't
about that.
so I don't know if you've been reading, but Miss Swift had a death
So
in the
the rest of the
family.
chat would actually enjoy a plate of that if she doesn't mind. If
Yeah, I know, right?
we
I'll
got
show you the plate when she's
we
done.
got about 16 people in here, so if you just whip up about 20 plates of that, yeah. Good.
So
All
I've
right.
been trying to keep everybody's spirits up. They had a death yesterday, a nephew. Yeah, he had an asthma attack and he had RSV, rhinovirus, and streptococcus pneumonia. So he was on life support for the last week, and he went brain dead. So yesterday they made the decision to pull the tubes out, and that side of the family, my in-laws, they all went down there and they hit the switch, and he passed.
Yeah,
So
well,
I've
it's
been
Mother's Day.
just
Aren't we supposed to
supportive.
do something? Yeah.
Well, that's why she hasn't been online. She hasn't been around. So she's been dealing with that, but that's all done and over now. And, it's just supporting her. That's why I took her out tonight and the kid and trying to cheer him up because I told him, I said, that's what cheered me up was going fishing when my brother died.
Yeah.
So it lets you think and
So it's,
process.
I got a whole story, but I'm not the guest, but when
Yeah.
both my grandpas died in like the same year, and it reignited all my fishing. I really started fishing a lot, and that was a few years ago. So yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
It
I get
sucks.
it. I'm trying to say.
He was 18 years old too. I mean, he just turned 18 years old. It's a tragedy. And
Sorry.
So yeah, I am too. I mean, I knew his name was Ethan. I knew him, somewhat. When I saw him, he was always like, "Hey, Shannon, how's it going?" And I was like, always, "Hey, Ethan, how's it going?" So this was a surprise for me when I found out. It's just like, what? And they're like, "Yeah, he's at UW right now," and I'm like, "You're kidding me!" And I went and saw him actually, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I looked at his. I'm like, "Is his EKG? Is he registering brain?" And they said, "Yeah." But then it dropped down to like, well, he's got a 3% chance, and then it came in where he was brain dead, and he had no he didn't have oxygen to his brain for 30 minutes. So yeah, he had an asthma attack. His brother was giving him mouth to mouth, and it just wasn't enough. So, especially with all that crap in the lungs, I said, well, even if you were to breathe oxygen, 10% of it would get into the red blood cells to spread. I said, so. And she said that he didn't even breathe in the mouth. All he did is pump the heart. So there was no oxygen. That's what 911 said. So yeah, it's very sad. They got a GoFundMe and it's doing well. So they got the funeral expenses and all that stuff. So my heart goes out to them. But anyways, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just saying a lot of people, you guys know Miss Swift, and that's what she's been up to. But you will see her. She was live tonight, and you'll see her live again in the future. She is healing, and I got her to smile tonight. And she is
There
cooking
you go.
me dinner. I mean, I
Right.
should be cooking her dinner,
Yes.
but
Yes. People in the chat were saying
and
that.
I
There you go.
do. No, don't get me wrong, I do sometimes. We swap. I mean, we're very
All right.
modern.
Let's
Okay.
spin out the list. All right. Here we go.
All right. And thank you everybody in the chat. I see all your comments and she appreciates it. She's here, she can hear me. She did pop her head in and say hi. So she is seeing all this too. And she does, I mean, you want to say thank you real quick?
Thanks, everybody. Much appreciated.
Our heart goes out to you. We're very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Hey there, fishy things.
Hey, little guy.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if he's going to be able to tell it with the kid in the background. But do you have any crazy or unbelievable fishing stories? Like something that's just like, oh my God, this happened one time when I
Oh
was
yeah.
fishing. All right. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. When I was living in Florida, I was fishing on a dock. And in Florida, saltwater fishing, you don't know
Every
what
crazy fishing story happens in Florida. I
you
swear to
don't know
God.
what you're gonna catch. I caught a sea snake. Like the one with the Shrek things that come out of the head.
No, I've
And
never heard of them.
oh yeah, I was like bringing it up, and the person next to me goes, "Do not touch that. Cut your line." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "If that bites you, you will be dead in 5 minutes." And I'm like, "It's that venomous?" And he goes, "It's that venomous." So I just went snip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna grab that thing. I'm so glad I didn't. Oh my god, scared
That's
me.
it. That's your craziest fishing story. You almost died by touching a snake.
Well, no, I mean, I caught a tarpon once, and oh my god, I saw it come out of the water like this, and I went, "Oh my god, I caught a tarpon!" And it snapped the line almost instant, and I was just like, I cried actually. I, I did. I
I can see
cried.
I felt that. Yeah. Yeah.
You
That
remember that?
happens.
I don't know if you remember this commercial from the '70s, but there was this like commercial where this truck goes by and they throw trash out, and there's this Native American standing there, and it's a side profile, and they show the tear coming down, and
Yeah.
it was like that. I mean, I stood there, and the tear came down. I was married at the time, and my
Except the
ex-wife.
Native Americans' entire race got like ravished by a white man. You lost a fish.
It's terrible. Yeah, I cried because I always wanted to catch a tarpon, and I did, and for 5 seconds. And then I caught a 50-pound crevel jack one time, and that thing, I got it up to the shore and it snapped the line, and I watched it swim away, and I just sat there like this, just
All right,
staring.
time out. What's a
Yeah, I
curve?
was like in
What's a
disbelief.
Curvell Jack? Say it
A
again.
crevel, it's a you can't really eat them. It's like a sports fish, but they got a yellow fin. They're very fast. swimmers in the water. They fight like crazy. But the craziest fish story ever wasn't even me catching a fish.
All right.
When I first moved to Florida, okay, I went in the water and I went up to my neck. And I'm sitting there like doo doo doo. And I saw this black mass coming towards me. And I was like, oh, what's that? So I took my goggles and I put them on and I went, and I went
Mhm.
underwater and I saw this size of a bumblebee car manatee swim by me. And I just
Oh,
thought,
wow.
oh my God,
That
that is,
that's my wife's favorite animal. You know that?
I'm like, that is so cool, a manatee. I reached out and I touched it as it swam by and it was so gentle. So then the next day I went out there and here's the crazy part. I went out in the water, I went up to my neck, and here's another black mass coming at me. And I'm like, oh, great. I get to see this manatee again. So I looked and I went underwater with my goggles, and I had a 14-foot freaking hammerhead shark circle me.
Oh,
Circle me.
no.
And my heart's like this. And I just slowly backed up out of the water and I got out of there. And then he was Cuban. His name was Oscar. He's the one that saltwater fish taught me. I told him that and he goes, oh yeah. He goes, you're Floridian. He goes, we do not, we don't go past our waist. He goes, the people that you see up to the neck and out there swimming, they're not from Florida. He's like, there's a shark by you 5 feet away at all times. And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm going in the
seriously?
ocean. I'll fish from the shore, but I'm not going in the water.
Yeah, it's a different
I'm a
place. I mean,
freshwater fella. Let me tell you.
yeah, crypto Billy's right. Florida is a very different place. I love it. I mean, the environment's great. The food is great. The people kind of great. It depends,
I might
but
have to
there is
change
a
this
lot of
question
crime.
in the future. Do you have a crazy Florida story? Because there's always a crazy
I mean,
story in Florida. You know,
I think the hammerhead shark story is probably that
that's the one. Yeah.
that's number one. That scared the living hell out of me. That scared the hell out of me. Yep.
Oh, you lived and you
What's
caught
that?
more fish. You're
What's
you're
that?
still alive. You're still alive,
Yeah,
man.
I am alive. I'm alive because I left Florida.
Yep, that's
I'm
the key.
I'm
You
I'm
don't
13
stay
years
long.
sober. I'm 13 years sober. I left Florida for a reason. I came home and got my shit straight. What's that?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean that was. I mean, I miss Florida. I miss aspects of Florida, but there's a lot of parts of Florida I do not miss. Um, yeah, a lot of
All right.
crime, a lot of crime down there, a lot of drugs. Anyways,
All right, we got a new segment here. We're
I'm ready.
moving on to pet fish series of the segment.
Pet
Do you
fish.
have any pet fish? Have you had any pet fish? What were your favorite pet fish? What tell us about your aquaria history?
Never had a
Nothing.
fish in my life.
You got an aquarium right behind you.
I had a goldfish. I bought this aquarium behind me because I wanted to create a freshwater habitat. So if I
What are you
went
waiting for?
fishing and I caught small fish like bluegills like that or something, or a baby
Yeah,
walleye or baby bass or baby northern, I wanted to
that's
put them
illegal.
in there and grow them and feed them and then release them back into the wild. You know,
You can't do that with game fish.
I
That's
guess
super illegal.
not. Yeah, I didn't know
What you
all
can
this
do
when
with
I got it.
bluegill, these tanks here have crappie and bluegill in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you can see it from that far away. You
Wow, I
want
got sunburn. Look at how sunburned I got today. These are from my glasses, my fishing glasses. Weird. Um, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I wanted to do the same thing, like have a crappie tank or have a bass tank,
yeah,
but it's just this building I'm living in is 165 years old. And then when I realized,
that is
like,
my bait
calculating,
tank, big country.
yeah, and I'm upstairs and I was calculating the weight, and I just didn't want a beam to break or something, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I was gonna do a bigger tank, but I went with two smaller tanks. Um, not only for the weight, but the price. Um, I've also got another tank under there that's got some bullhead in it too. These are my bait tanks for when I go flathead catfishing. Yeah,
Private.
what
You
do
should
you
throw
think?
that tank away and put more Transformer figures on it. Yeah, I know, right? I have enough Transformers, man. That I'm telling you, I love my Transformers. I love Transformers. I've been a Transformers fan since I was a kid. I was 14 years old in 1984, and that's when I was first introduced to I am Optimus Prime. Yeah, I'm a geek.
All right. Now we will officially start taking questions from the chat. So go nuts, chat. Get your questions in.
Yeah, I want to. This tank, though, what we're gonna do with it is Miss Swift's got a bearded dragon, and it's in a small tank like what you got, and we're gonna give him a bigger home.
Okay.
So yeah, when my mom's gonna be going to a nursing home
It's not
probably
small.
within.
These are medium tanks. These are 40 gallons. It's
Oh, these
not.
are. This is like a 100,
300 gallons.
300 gallon tank.
I'll trade you.
I bought it for $300 with all the fixings too, like the
I'll
filters.
give you 150 for it.
150. You come up here with $150 in a truck, it's yours.
Are you
I swear
freaking
to God.
serious? I really will. I really will. Oh my god! Is it really a 300-gallon tank?
Is it 300?
It's 300.
Or do you really need it for Perky? I mean, can we get a different thing?
We can get a bigger tank for Kirby, yes, than what she has, but we don't need one this big.
Yeah, deal. If you come
Oh
up
my
with
god!
$150,
Oh my
I'll
god!
grab it.
Emmy, buckle up. We're getting a fish tank.
Yeah, I'll give you everything it comes with too. It's got the stand.
That is
It's
awesome.
got
Oh my
all that
god!
stuff. Yeah,
I'm getting all excited right now. Oh my god!
yeah. We just got to clean what's underneath, but like the filter and everything that I got
What
with
about
it.
it? I'll get it sorted out. I'll get it
It's
sorted
just
out.
like I said, we were just going to use it for a bearded dragon, but I mean, he doesn't need that big of a tank. I mean, we can do
Actually,
it
you know
small.
what? I got something for you. I have a
Already?
120-gallon tall, but it's a reptile aquarium. It doesn't hold water, so it'd be like a paradise for your bearded dragon.
How big is it?
It's like
120?
100-something-gallon tall. So it's like it's. I had a big Chinese water monitor in it. They're much bigger than bearded dragons,
So I
and
mean,
he recently
is
passed.
he does the bearded dragon crawl or is it like?
It does the grill.
Yeah, it
Or
doesn't
is
really
it?
climb, but it'll still have. It's really big. It'd be
It
a
is
lot
big.
of
You should
room.
send me a picture because I tell you what, if she agrees, I'll just trade.
Okay, done.
I'll just trade
Done.
you. Yeah, we'll just
Yeah,
swap.
it's just sitting in our closet right now because my Chinese water dragon died.
Dawson wants me to tell you the youngest child about his 33-inch northern pike he caught. If you're going to be on
Very
camera, you
nice.
got to put a shirt on.
Very nice.
There's YouTube rules for that. You can't be on the screen with no shirt on, especially a minor.
Beardies don't get that big. It's like too big for a bearded dragon, so that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
trust you. I mean, like I said, I'll trade you if you want to
And I
just
mean,
swap.
you could even add like more reptiles to it. You could like stuff that climbs because it does have a lot of height to it. And then it's got the two doors that open in the front of it because it's a reptile terrarium. It's not a fish tank. Well, it
Yeah,
is a fish tank. But yeah.
Yeah, Amy Kens, if you can do that, that would be great.
She's always up on her.
All right, here's a question: how often do you catch and cook? That's by Drill and Chill. For
There you
me,
go.
it depends. Like if I'm in the mood for fish and I'm out there and I'm catching walleye, I'm gonna take them home. I'm gonna fillet them and I'm gonna eat them. You know, but I won't. You know, the fish I like to eat, the only fish I really like to eat are walleye, crappie, white bass. Those are the three that I eat. Everything else is too earthy to me. I don't really care for bluegills. Uh, I don't like fish bones at all. Like if I'm eating fish and I come across a bone, I'll stop eating it. And the reason being is when I was 10, I choked to death and I was brought back. And I always had a phobia of fish bones. Just like ice fishing. I fell through the ice when I was 9. I was his age. I almost died. And because of that, South Wisconsin Family Fishing does not ice fish. So, because I'm scared of ice. I don't care. I'm humble. I don't care. Judge me
If
if you
Drill and
want.
Chill asks me to, I'll go ice fishing with Drill and Chill this year. But
I
I don't
mean,
normally go ice fishing. I
if
just
I
don't like
went with
the
you guys would literally have to tell me it's okay and hold my hand and give me a trophy at the end of fishing, even if I didn't catch anything.
We'll get you a trophy. We'll get you a trophy.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me give you 2 minutes.
All right.
Go.
Hello.
All right. Now come
On
around
up.
here.
Come on up,
Come
little
on here.
man.
Come here. All right. This guy wants to tell you his fish story. So
All right, so we were at the.
now you gotta talk. You gotta talk in the camera, and you gotta talk clear so everybody can hear you. Because there's 13 people right there watching you right now from across the world. So go ahead.
So we were at the Wisconsin River at River's Edge, in our usual spot, and I was using what is that called? Those types of rigs that we.
Carolina rig.
I was using a Carolina rig, and I put a worm on it. It was a minnow, and then I casted it out as far as I could. Then all of a sudden, I just hear my bell go off, and I just see my pull just goes like that. So then I immediately run up to it hole, and I hooked it.
Show them this when you're done with your story.
I
Wait till you're done with your story first.
And I hooked it. I brought it in. I thought it was a muskie at first, but I was like, wait a minute. No, that's a.
So did I.
I was like, wait a minute. No, that's a northern pike. Let me tell you, that thing was fat as heck. So with the head. 33 inches.
The eyes were sunk in. It was so fat. It was definitely a bull pike.
Nice hog. A hog of a fish. Oh, look at this.
Here,
Look at
hold it
this.
up.
Can we zoom it up? Bring it right
camera.
to the camera.
Stand up.
Looky there.
Close.
Look at there. Oh, that is a fat northern. Way to go. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. That is a
I-
fantastic fish.
The video.
You
There's
want
a
to catch it?
video
Is
of
that
it.
the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his biggest fish.
You want to
And it
catch
was my
another
first
one?
northern pike that I've ever caught.
Yeah, he never caught a pike before on top of it.
Wow.
I was actually jealous. I was like,
I know
what?
it. I get it. I get it, man. I always get jealous of everyone else's fish.
Oh my god! I was like, "You're kidding me! I can't believe you just caught that."
Good job, man. Way to be.
And you know, he had the family record.
For northern?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, there you go, DJ. Thanks.
When
And
are we
then all
getting
of
him on sturgeon?
And then, well, that's the thing. We were sturgeon fishing, so it was unexpected. He's like, "I got one. I got one." And I started walking over, and the video's on the channel. Actually, it's one of the first shorts, I think.
Yeah.
And there's so many beeps in it because I'm like, "Holy shit! Oh my,
Yep.
holy!" You know, I had to beep out so many swear words because I saw the pattern on it. And I'm like, "Oh my god, you just caught a pike!" You know, and we got it out. And my record pike at that time was what, like 28 inches or something like that. 24 inches, and I'm like, "Go team 24!" And you know, and then all of a sudden, a week later, I catch a 37-inch 15 and just shatter his record. He was actually pissed off. He was mad. He was like,
That's what dads are for, you know?
he just looked at me like this, like, no fair. That was great. That I gotta tell you, that pike I caught was. I didn't even know he was that big. He was under weeds. He didn't jump once. I just fought him, and I'm like, "This is a big bass." And then all of a sudden, I saw the snoop come out, so I reached underneath real quick and grabbed. You know, I felt the gill, and I grabbed it and I started pulling it out, and it just wouldn't stop. And I'm like, "What the?" And I'm like, and then it got heavy, and I'm like, "Holy!" You know, so I was calm and took it up to the top and measured it and weighed it and got my picture of it. And then I was like, then I freaked out. So this is Mrs. Swift's delicious.
Oh my God. Holy crap. She just went and whipped that right up, huh?
I go, I need ranch, and she pulls this out of her pants.
This is.
I'm
She
getting
knows what to
flustered
do.
over here now.
Yeah, but
He's very little.
what's that? That's
There.
Fishy.
That's Fishy. There's very.
Yeah, we're doing an interview. You want to say hi? Here, stick your head in. So this is middle child Noah.
Hey Noah, what's up, man? How you doing
Just so
today?
you know, Noah is a boy.
Yes.
He's got very long hair, and because he hasn't hit puberty yet, he's very feminine looking, kind of. So every time we go fishing, people are like, "You got a nice daughter." I
Real
laugh
and
every
Chill's
time.
got an excellent question here.
What is it?
What was a fishing mistake that you made early on, and how did you correct it? What did you learn? So, kind of a
Okay,
fishing growth question, you know?
I can answer that.
Yeah, that's a good question, Drill. Thank you.
I used to never set my drag ever. I mean, I knew what it was for. I just never really bothered with it. I always had it tight, and I just got the fish. And I was in Sauk last year, and I almost caught a muskie. I had a muskie latch on, and the thing is he just went like this, barrel, pop, that quick.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
realized if I would have had my drag set, it would have pulled line, and I would have been able to probably land it. So that day forward, I always check. I always check my drag. I set it every time. Um, that was a lesson learned. That was a big lesson learned because I've never caught a muskie. I have never caught a muskie yet, and I'm waiting
We'll
for
get
the
one
day.
this year. We'll get one this year. I
Yeah,
don't get
we
a
gotta
lot.
go to
Well, yeah, well, the
gotta meet
Madison chain
Madison.
lakes.
Yeah, we
Madison
got to
chain
meet
lake.
Madison. We're both
Yep.
same distance from Madison. We
Yep.
meet there, hook up with Drill and Chill because I know he knows where they're at. He can take us to spots, and we'll do the figure eights and we'll do the whatever. I mean, I don't give a crap if it's a 18-inch muskie. It's a
You will
muskie.
when you catch them.
I just
Once you
want a
get an
muskie.
18-incher, you'll be like, well, that was a northern. So now I need to get a real muskie.
Oh yeah, but I've
But
seen muskie. I've seen muskie come out of those lakes like 40 inches.
yeah. Um
I'll play Crab Rivers.
JR Buds had a good question too. Did you ever feel like you wanted to quit YouTube? And how did you get out of the funk to stop pushing? He kind of answered this at the beginning of the interview, but
Yeah, it goes back to the same thing. It's the monetization step to our problem. I mean, I really want to be able to offer memberships. I really want to be able to give badges, and I want to be able to get super stickers because I have had people on live chats like, I really wish I could donate. You know, I want to give you a super sticker, but you don't have those yet. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that so much. Someday, and I'm in the process of this right now as we speak, trying to solve this problem. And I'm not going to quit till I do solve it. So I don't care if it takes months. I will research, and research this till I find a solution and get it done. You know,
all right. Northern Fishing and Outdoors channel asks, what was one thing you what was one thing you could change about your fishing tactics? I'm not sure what he's going for there.
no, I get it.
And JR Bud
Oh,
says meant
well,
like
to
with
answer that
growing your
question,
yeah,
to
go ahead.
own a boat, to own a boat.
You want to own a boat?
If I had a boat, my tactics would be completely different.
Interesting. You know, I found once I finally got I mean I fished without a boat most of my life. I literally just got a boat like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And I found out that I'm not as good fishing from the boat. I don't know what the deal is, and like I actually prefer fishing from the shore because it's just what I'm used to. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm not good at anchoring. I don't know. I got to get better on the boat. It's something I got to work on personally. Um, Crystal
what?
Crypto Billy wants to know if you saw the heavy metal cartoon movie.
Oh yeah, heavy metal, the original one from the '80s, not the heavy metal 2000, but heavy metal from the '80s. The one and the favorite scene of that was at the end with the woman with the bird, and it was such a provocative cartoon for the 80s because in the 80s, 1980 I was 10, 1990 I was 20, and Heavy Metal came out I think between 83, I think it was 83 when it came out, and I was 13 years old, so I just, I'm going through puberty, how it is when we're
Hi, young
boys.
England.
So that cartoon was like, we didn't have the internet back then, so even though it was a cartoon, it was like one of those you're not supposed to watch it cartoons, but
Right.
I always loved the art in it. I just thought I'd never seen a cartoon before that was an
I like
adult
the
cartoon.
giant bees. Am I allowed to
Yeah,
say
I
that?
mean, the redhead had the giant, bazungas, and she's like has that boyfriend that's a robot, and his hand twists, and he's like, last night or whatever. And I've seen the other heavy metals, but they just don't compare. I mean, a heavy metal, and it's based off a magazine actually. And I remember I used to read the magazine. There was a character in there called Ranzarak, and yeah, man, that's good times, man. That's good memories. That was a good question. And yes, I do remember heavy metal. I own that movie.
So J.R. Buds, first of all, said thank you, SWFF. And what would be a motivating thing you would say to a channel that is struggling?
You got to stick with it, man. You got to stick with it. You're struggling because you're not okay. How do I word this? Anybody can do this, or that you really can. But what I would have to say is you got to update your knowledge base. You got to understand how YouTube works. You got to continuously post. Yeah, shorts. You don't have to post all the time, but do 3 a week. And if you can do a long video, do a long video once a week. And if you can go live, go live. And trust me, you don't have to have the polished lights behind you and the microphone, and the super editing skills, because they did a survey, and people are starting to like raw, like the raw, like you just turn your phone on and you got a booger hanging out your nose and your hair's messy and you're just like, you know what? I just want to talk about my day today, my day, blah 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 blah. People like that. Now, you got to be consistent. You got to continue with it and not give up. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Okay, one more thing.
And
All right,
then
DJ wants to say one more thing, and then he's going to
sure.
bed because he's got school tomorrow.
What? Go back.
Yes. Uh-oh. We're still there? We freeze up? Is it just me? Hmm. Well, he's still eating his food. Got that going for him. I'm good. I don't know what, but I'm good according to Drill and Chill. I don't go live until my makeup's done, says Private Orb. Right on. Drill and Chill sees me. Fishy is good. Shannon's locked up. Yeah, I think we were about to wrap it up pretty soon anyway. And I don't actually know how to unfreeze him. I think that's something he's got to figure out on his end. So the last thing I was going to do was shout out his channel, South Wisconsin Family Fishing. Yep, looks like it's just me now. Y'all check him out. He does lives. He does incredible long form videos, incredible shorts. Hold on, Fishy. All right. He will come back. Okay. All right. All right. I'll wait. His phone died. What fishing line do you prefer, mono or braided? Well, I guess since I'm here, I'll answer. Oh, wait. There he is. There he is. He's back.
So
He's back.
my phone died. I just slapped a
Wait.
battery pack
Let's-
on.
You're welcome.
I was about to do something really cool, guys. I was about to do something really cool.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're lucky Mrs. Swift saved you. I was about to end the live.
I know, right? She is a lifesaver.
Aren't they the best? Like,
I
wait,
searched
Fishy,
my whole
wait.
life, and I've been with a lot of women, but I got to tell you what, she's the one that got me. I had to
So,
move back to my hometown after being gone most of my life. And here she was. She was here the whole time.
we're back. That's right.
That
All
was
right.
crazy.
So we had some more questions coming at you. Mono or braid? Let's see here. Yeah, Reaper wanted to know mono or braid. I like this stream because it's very raw and filled with technical difficulties. Thank you, Saving Private Orb. Jarbud says, thank you, man. I appreciate it, buddy, for real. Drill and Chill uses mono, fluoro, and braided.
I use braid. I only use braid unless I mean, I'll use fluoro or mono for a leader, but I swear by braid. I don't like the stretch. I like braid because it doesn't stretch. I mean, if that thing's 100 feet away and you pull, it's going to pull. Braid
Yeah.
and, I mean, fluoro and all that, it stretches. So, I mean, it's
so
all personal preference.
yeah,
I just prefer braid.
I'll use mono in the wintertime because braid does not like cold weather at all. But other than that, I'm using braid pretty much all the time, and I feel like there's less hassle with it. Like how sometimes with mono, I don't know, it just seems like you get all these weird tangles that you wouldn't get with braid. I don't know.
Yeah, heat it for like 20 seconds. I get a sweet roll
Or
for
heavy
dessert.
pressure lakes. That would make sense. Yeah, I could see that. Although I think I've noticed, at least with carp, and I don't care what anyone says, I think carp are pretty freaking smart. Okay. Carp are a little pickier than a lot of the predator fish, I think, honestly. And I noticed that carp will be shy towards mono, but not braid. Like carp don't give a crap about braid.
Oh, yeah.
I remind you of a White Walker from Game of Thrones or a Viking. Those are two very different things. Which one is it?
Who said that?
Diamond in the sticks. I look like a. Is it because my blue eyes?
I love Game of Thrones. That's like one of my favorite TV shows.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Game of Thrones, man.
I've
That's like
watched
one of
it
the
all the
best
way
shows ever
through
made.
3 times. Three
Oh
times
wow.
I've watched
Yeah,
that whole thing.
same. Yeah,
That
that
is a
show was
fantastic
fantastic.
show.
It really was.
Especially the Arya arc. The ending. I was like, you remember in season 8? You're like,
I didn't. That
you're
arc
like,
was okay. That arc was okay. That was not my favorite arc for sure.
I was like, how are they going to wrap this up? I mean, they broke the wall. They're there. This is going to be like years, and they just had one episode, and that was it. I mean, she kills the king, and they all die. Um, that, and then I like the. It's an episode called Battle of the Bastards.
Oh yeah. Jon Snow and
Ramses.
Ramsay
Oh my
Bolton.
God, that was just so poetic justice at the end with the dogs.
Yeah, no one liked the ending. That was
I
the ending no
hated
one
that
wanted,
guy.
which is why it was actually good in a way.
I
I
hated
needed
that guy. I hated Ramses. I was like, you are an asshole, man. I wish
that's
I could kill
he
you.
was the ultimate villain. Like they built him up to be hated. Like there's like no character that you could hate more than Ramses. Like that was the ultimate. Yeah, that was very disturbing. But like, yeah, you were waiting for him to get murdered. Like you wanted it so bad.
You know what show I got into too is Yellowstone.
Yeah. Everyone loves Yellowstone. I
Well,
watched a handful of seasons,
see,
and
me and
then
Dusty did something weird. We didn't watch Yellowstone. We watched 1883 first, and then we
okay,
watched 1923. We waited a year. We finished season 2 of 1923, and then we started Yellowstone and we binged it. And I got to tell you, that was a very different way of watching it because you actually know the background. Beautiful story. I mean, that's very well written too.
I've been tempted. I haven't clicked on it yet. I've been thinking about watching it.
Another one is Nip Tuck. Do you remember that?
Nah, I
That
don't
was
care.
a good
I
show,
didn't want to
man.
get into that. Nah, I'm good.
And then True Blood. True
No
Blood was
interest.
also another one I really liked. True Blood.
Oh
That
yeah,
was a
True Blood. I
great
mean,
show, man.
It wasn't. It wasn't at the same time though. Like I don't know. There was a lot of cheese in it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cheese there, and like the drama stretched out a little too much. Like it kind of like it's similar to the Twilights in that like there's always
Oh
this like
yeah,
insinuation of action coming that doesn't really materialize. You know what I mean?
yeah. Twilight. I've seen Twilight. Twilight was. I mean, it was good. It was good to
Wait, what?
watch, but it's not something like I wasn't gaga over it or anything.
Oh gosh, darn it! The Patton Oswalt comments again.
I mean, if you want to see a good vampire movie that just came out, watch The Sinners. That is a
You were telling me
fan.
about that once
Oh
before, I
my
think.
god, that is a fantastic movie. Love it. I thought it was very, very well done. Super good. And I watch a lot of movies. Very good movie. Highly recommended.
Hey, Billy Bob, what's happening, man? Hey, everyone! Don't forget to like the live. Um, is it 39 on everyone else's screen too?
We think we
I'm a
hear
bit
it from
surprised.
the
I
voice.
thought we had a pretty good live. It was pretty popping for quite a while. But I think
Yeah.
about time to wrap her up here. You want to shout out your channel? You got any promos, merch, any big plans coming up? Going live soon?
Yeah, I mean, we got I mean, we went live today. I just uploaded a new long video yesterday. I caught 5 bass. Um, the video before that, though, 2 back, it's funny because at the very end, I filmed myself like a full body and I was like dancing and stuff, break dancing and doing all this funny, like, that good old fashioned fun dance. And
Yeah,
I put that on the corner on
Jackson.
the bottom, to some house music, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I mean, nobody stays for the whole video, and I expected that, but I thought it was absolutely funny. But yeah, I mean, tonight I'm going to be working on a video, the newest video for. I'll probably have it done tomorrow in the afternoon, um, from today, and it's going to be weird. I'm going to have to create a new playlist because I don't think I have a sheep's head freshwater drum playlist. So, videos and shorts of that. So I think it's funny. And I got, what we caught like what? I caught one, two, three,
You caught 4.
4 drum, you caught 2 drum, one walleye, and DJ caught a bass. So I mean those are all shorts I have to create yet.
So speaking of we're gonna do the boat on the Madison Chain Lakes.
Yeah, I'd
The
love to do that.
southernmost one, Lake Kegonsa, has
Mhm.
the most insanely large sheephead I've ever seen. I mean, they're like 25, 30-pound sheephead. They're absurd. They're like mutants. I don't even understand how it's possible. But like, yeah, that lake has just ridiculously huge sheephead. And it's a
I would
horrible,
love it.
smelly, gross lake. I don't know, man. It's awful. But if you
I
want to
always
catch a
watch
giant sheephead, that's where they're at.
I always watch DNS Bait Shop. He always puts a video up like every
Yeah,
few days, and it's like a forecast, like what's going on.
yeah.
And when he gets to Lake Kashkigan, he's like, "Well, not much going on this lake." Maybe that's why it
Like
smells like.
Koshkonong? No, I was talking about Kegonsa. Are you talking
Oh,
about
Kiganza.
Koshkonong or Kegonsa? Yeah, Kegonsa has the
Okay.
giant drum. Koshkonong has some really good channel catfish in it and flatheads. I'll fish the Rock River above and below Koshkonong for flatheads quite pretty
Yeah.
often, but
Yeah.
not the actual lake itself.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'd like to drill and chill. If you're still on here, man, be our musky guide, please. Us three, can we just go out and just musky fish just one day? I just want one day,
Hey.
please.
You're gonna need a lot more than one day. You could get skunked in one day pretty easily.
You know what I'd like to do is get all of us together and go about 2 hours north and find some sandbar with a bunch of camping equipment. Spend 3 days and just fish and camp and have fires. Fish, camp, and have fires.
Yeah,
Laugh
we
our
were all talking
asses
about that
off.
when we all met up on the beach there on the Wisconsin. We were talking about that.
That would be
It's
fun.
in the woods.
I really like that stuff.
Yeah. I'm not
Reminds me of
sure if I'm gonna
bivouac.
be able to do overnight because I can't my daughter's,
Oh yeah,
pretty
yeah.
challenging, so I can't bring her with, and I don't wanna leave her for that long. I don't know.
It just
Maybe
reminds me of bivouac.
cast
Bivouac.
all day, not catch a muskie. Yeah, 100%.
That's what you,
Muskie are the most frustrating fish, in my opinion. Like, and I lost one just, like, not even a month ago. I had one on the line and lost it. I was so freaking ticked, and it was
I'd be pissed too. I'd be cussing out loud. Just got.
but, yeah, I mean, they've earned their name, the fish of 10,000 casts, because you can go and go and go and not get them, and then you finally get one, and it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Must be frustrating.
drill and
A lot
chill
of
is
time
like
effort.
yeah. I'll set up the sandbar rock. Maybe.
Right on.
Me and Miss Swift used to go camping once a year in the summer at White Mountain Park.
We will again.
We will again. It's just because I take care of my mom. I can't. I'm like the same. You know, like with your daughter. It's the same with my mom. I can't leave her because she'll die. Um, but she's going to a nursing home soon. We have court actually Tuesday the
You
13th
probably
for
don't need to put all
guardianship.
those details out on YouTube.
Yeah, we have court, so she's going to be getting the help she needs. Basically, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But then
All
I can
right.
go camping again.
Fun fact: I do have like an acre of land, 20 minutes from the Castle Rock Dam, that we could all camp on. It's just a forest that I own, so we could do that. I don't know if you've ever fished the Castle Rock Dam, but
You do?
amazing sturgeon. Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Yes.
That's I'm down.
So we can go pitch some tents in there, and 20 minutes away is the Castle Rock Dam filled with giant sturgeon, paddlefish,
Oh yeah.
muskie, all that. Yeah, we'll go tent it up, and
Now, if you catch a paddlefish there, can you? Is it like the sock dam where it's like illegal? Is that a
yeah,
statewide thing?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
statewide deal. And so if I understand the rules correctly, you can't even take it out of the water. You have to get in the water with it and unhook it in the water and release it. I
Wow.
believe, yeah, that's how protected they are. Um, But I
I
mean,
mean,
I shouldn't worry too much because they're filter feeders, so you can't really catch them on purpose. You can accidentally
snag 'em.
snag them, and that's all there is to that.
That's what I heard.
But yeah, there's a lot of those at the Castle Rock Dam. A lot of paddlefish. That's
Yeah, I haven't fished Castle Rock in a long time. We went camping up there. What was it? Last year or year before?
Year before.
Year before at some pine cone or whatever, pine crest.
oh yeah, the Pine Tree Inn. Yeah,
Yeah, Pine Tree Inn.
yep.
That
That's
was a nice
that's
place.
my land's right over, but my Pine Tree Inn's probably like 5 to 7 minutes away from my land.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. If it's the one I'm remembering, I'd have to be sure.
Yeah, we drove over to Castle Rock from there on County C, I think it was,
Yeah.
and it took like 20 minutes or whatever. But we caught like what, two smallies
That was Pine View.
or Pine View, it's called.
Oh, maybe that's what it's called. I don't know.
Pine
It's been
View
a while.
Camp.
I haven't even been to my own land in like 2 years. So
That's cool. That's cool. You got land though.
yeah,
Cheers.
so when we got the stimulus package during COVID, we got that
Yeah.
big chunk of money.
Mhm.
I bought a chunk of land. I was like, I looked for some cheap land up north, and I just bought a little acre, and I was like, there, I own land now. That's what I did with that money.
I was an essential worker.
Oh,
Yeah, I worked at Cracker Barrel, and
that's essential, huh?
yeah, apparently so.
The old Cracker Barrel. We can't not have Cracker Barrel. People need their pancakes. Damn it!
But they
All
work
right.
the hell out of you. If you're a manager, my God, you are a slave.
Yeah.
I was a cook at Cracker Barrel once upon a time. I got fired for swearing too much.
What?
Yeah,
Serious?
Yeah, they were like, "We are a Christian establishment. We can't have this." And I was like, "Fuck!" They're like,
Yeah.
"You're gone."
Yeah, I was
Oh, crap.
hired
Crap,
in.
I gotta get off. I gotta get off this live before I swear too much.
Yeah, yeah, I was hired in as an associate manager.
Right on.
So I went to Tennessee and did all the training. I mean, I'm glad because it's considered the best manager training for any, you can get a job at any restaurant if you have that training.
Right.
But I won't
Right.
work in restaurants anymore.
Yeah.
If I go back to a restaurant, I want to be a dishwasher. Leave
Oh,
me alone. That's it.
fun washing dishes.
Yeah, I agree. You can swear, you
It
can have
really
fun.
is. In a restaurant with the big industrial dishwasher, it's just like you just in chill mode, man. I
Yeah.
don't know.
With no power comes no responsibility.
Thank you, Lashana. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Get a hold of me about that tank swap. I'm
Absolutely.
serious about that.
I'm dead serious about it too. Oh my
Okay.
god, I'm so excited about it. You don't even know. Like you're making my dreams come true.
Internet handshake.
Internet handshake. It's
There you go.
official.
There
This
you
is
go.
happening.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. I know we
No
went
problem.
off a little bit of subject, and I'm sorry for everybody eating online, but I haven't eaten all day, so and I'm actually trying to be gentlemanly. Usually I'm like, "How, how."
And thank you so much again. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
the audience again. I don't know if they heard it when we first got here. My
yeah.
original guest couldn't make it, and I called him like maybe 15 minutes before this live started. I was like, I need a pinch hitter, man. I need a new guest because my original guest couldn't make it, and he was like right there for me. We were gonna do his interview probably in June, but hey, you snooze, you lose.
We
So
all need
let
to
me
get
get a message
together
to
and
everyone out
corner him.
there, huh?
We all got to get together and corner him.
Yeah, right.
Where
Hey,
were you?
you guys had the opportunity. Maybe he felt some kind of way because you and Drill and Chill both didn't show up to the last collab that we were all supposed to do. But
I couldn't. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I'm really sorry about that. I just, he. I wanted to, but I just physically I couldn't be there because of my mom.
no, it's fine. I'm sure he didn't actually care.
I mean, if it was in the morning, yeah, I probably could have made it, but not at 3 because
Ancient art of fishing was supposed to be my guest tonight. Drill and Chill. That's who we're talking about. Domestics. What? What? What are we talking about now? We gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up.
domestics.
I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
yeah. Me neither. I'm lost. All right. Well, I thank you again for having me as a guest. Like I said,
Thank you for being my guest. I'm
I'm
sure
gonna be working on
many
that live
collabs to
video.
come. Many collabs to come.
Oh
For sure.
yeah, totally, totally. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on some hot, fresh new content for you.
You missed the collab because of laundry? You were live fishing in Madison, I think.
I was
Nice
doing
try.
laundry.
We literally saw you on YouTube.
Okay, Ferris Bueller.
Right?
That was funny.
All right. All right, guys. We're gonna shut her down now. Y'all take care. Thank you so much again to South Wisconsin Family Fishing. Like, subscribe, watch his shorts, watch his long form, watch his lives. Get up in there. Woo! All right. All right, watch him
Yeah.
dance for a minute. Okay.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. All right.
Oh yeah.
I can't walk away from the dancing. I keep wanting to shut it down, but he's
Hand me things. Hand me things. Hand me things.
all right. All right. That's
All right,
enough of that.
bye.
That's enough of that. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.